Usher just filed a lawsuit against one of his longtime producers, Bryan Michael Cox, as well as an attorney named Alcide Honoré and two other men because Usher says he loaned them $1.7 million to buy a building to open a restaurant. But now, months later, Usher says the restaurant hasn't opened, the building hasn't been purchased, and when he asked for his money back, they could only come up with some of it. And now I'm not a lawyer, but I read the 18-page complaint, so let me give you the highlights of this lawsuit that has made me very sad. According to Usher, this all started back in November or December of 2024 when Bryan Michael Cox, a man named Keith Thomas, and a man named Charles Hughes all came to him asking him to invest in a restaurant/lounge that they were planning to open called Homage ATL. It was going to be located at 3102 Piedmont Road in Atlanta, and they were going to purchase the building for $6.35 million. Now, according to the lawsuit, Usher declined the offer to be an investor in the business, but he did agree to loan them the $1.7 million specifically to go towards purchasing the building. However, the documents say before Usher could sign the loan agreement saying that, yes, I'm giving y'all this money for this building, Keith Thomas, one of the three men, urgently called saying that the group needed the money ASAP to buy the building. So Usher says he wires the money that day to the trust account of the group's attorney, Alcide Honoré. But now here's the thing. Usher says, although he sent the money, the two sides had yet to come to an agreement on the terms. And so as days and months passed and the two sides still can't come to an agreement, but there's also no purchase of the building, Usher says he eventually asked for his money back. The lawsuit says Usher was paid back $1 million, but the remaining $700,000 has never been paid. And when he and his team asked attorney Honoré about this money, the attorney said getting the money back was, quote, not that easy because it had been spent on other purposes. More time passes, and the lawsuit says Usher and his team sent multiple requests for an accounting of where the money had gone, but to this day, they say they've never received it. And so now, Usher's suing. There are 7 counts or legal reasons that Usher is suing, and 4 of the 7 are specifically against attorney Honoré, mainly because they're arguing that as a lawyer and as the receiver of the funds, specifically into that trust, Honoré had a duty and a professional responsibility to ensure that the funds were used the way Usher intended. And since they're saying that didn't happen, that's the basis for their claims against him. Now the remaining 3 counts are against the other men, Bryan Michael Cox, Keith Thomas, and Charles Hughes. And those counts are for breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and money had and received, which seems to go to the men allegedly benefiting from money that wasn't meant for them to keep. So that's the lawsuit recap. Usher is suing for $4.9 million in damages, and he's requesting a jury trial. I am so sad about this because we're talking Let It Burn, You Got It Bad, Confessions Part 2. That's the kind of music we got from Usher and Bryan Michael Cox collaborating. So I'm gonna need y'all to fix it, okay?